brush my teeth. Got me a Monster. See if where we're at here. All right. So I want to jump in today, kind of speak about. Set my phone up here and get it all hooked up here. Wait for some people to get in. What's up, everyone? How you doing? Okay, that's good. What up, Lyrical Assassin? I like the name, man. Back in the day, I used to DJ Muggs, Soul Asylum, all that shit. Pretty dope. Anyways, wanted to jump in, kind of talk about pressure, man. There's a lot of pressure right now for the other side, and I know we talk about it all the time, and one thing I talked about this past couple weeks, I'm going to break my own rule. I'm always saying, you got a diversified portfolio. I'm always trying to say, I'm putting money in this stock, that stock, and right now I've kind of rerouted everything back in AMC. I'm putting all my money into AMC. I'm not selling any of my other stocks, but every day, I don't know if most of you probably know I own a business. So daily, I kind of take what I make during the day and I take a percentage and I put it in the stock market and I chop it up and put it into different stocks. Right now, I'm putting everything I got into AMC. The pressure's on for them right now. You can feel it. You can see it. You can just feel it. The short interest 19%. There's just so many things that are working right now, and right now I feel like it's like a race. We've been drafting, we've been riding behind the car for the longest time. They're in the first place, we're in second, and we've been kind of telling them in that draft. You know what I mean? And I feel like right now it's just time to take off. So I know a few people, relative of mine that hit me up, and he was like, "You're not going all in on AMC. What are you doing?" He's like, he makes decent money. Doing what he does, and he was like, I'm putting my entire paycheck into AMC. He got paid today. So, and I told him, I said, I was actually thinking about doing that, taking everything. I had a decent day yesterday. Everyone's got, we got bills. Everyone's got bills. It's been crazy here, plumbing, stuff that comes up. Everyone has these issues, but it just, it happened to have a day yesterday where I was like, man, I wish I had enough money to pump up AMC. And yesterday I had one of my busiest days in the shop I've had in a minute. So I feel like everything I made from there, I'm just dumping it in. I already put in my orders. Fidelity, I chopped it up throughout different brokers. I will say I went through Fidelity. If you go through Fidelity, you'll notice that if it's $3 or under and you make an order, it'll tell you to call to make the order go through. So not a paid sponsor, but it could be. Monster, you motherfuckers. Anyway, if you go through Fidelity, you'll notice it doesn't let you order, but I've kind of bypassed it with making a limit order. So if you put your limit order at $3, I will say that I ordered 40 shares through them. 20 of them got filled, and the other 20 are still in limbo at that $3. So I'm kind of like, so between Webull and Fidelity, I haven't had all my shares filled. Everywhere else, I haven't had any issues. So, but yeah, everything. I feel like the pressure's on right now. They're feeling the pressure for sure. There's no way around it. Like you could just feel it, really. I mean, but if you just look at the short interest, it's at 19%. You look at what's upcoming. They know they can spread FUD and the same FUD. It's just getting played out. They're gonna come with something new for sure. There'll be some new FUD coming out. I don't know what it is, but I'm seeing a lot of the people. Like the script, it's almost like a script they come out with right now. It's like, oh, I held too long, or I was a bag holder, I got too greedy, I diamond handed too long. You'll see that everywhere. I diamond handed too much, and maybe some of y'all did, but at this point right now, Fidelity. Oh yeah, there goes my buy order with Fidelity. Okay, we're good there. So Fidelity, all my orders went through. What's up, Brazil? What's up, Brazil? But it's nicer than it is here in Idaho. What I'm dealing with right now. Daughters. It was like 60, 70 degrees throughout the week. Easter Sunday, it snowed like this, and then weekends coming and it starts snowing again. So, crazy. Make sure we're at the shop. We're yapping away. Make sure I have customers out here listening. Like, But yeah, movies are definitely back. There's a lot of movies coming out, man, and I noticed personally, I go to AMC theaters. Where I live, there is not an AMC theater. There's one about an hour and a half away. I took my kids to a theater, a local theater here, and I've just noticed the last few movies we've gone to have been way more full, way more packed. The people just want to go to the movies. You know what I mean? I think that it's just part of. Regardless of that, though, there's AMC has made a lot of moves to keep themselves relevant without just movies. So, don't mind me. I'm kicking my computer on here. Got excited and didn't even turn on my computer for work. Wells Fargo gave Cinemark a report saying movies are back. So if movies are back, so is AMC. Exactly, movies are back. It is what it is. You can't deny the fact that, and you can just look at the slate coming up. I mean, you got Planet of the Apes, you got a new Quiet Place. You got a lot of stuff coming up. A lot of movies that are coming out that are going to be, they're going to make the box office more money than it's seen. Yeah, like everyone's talking about the Taylor Swift and Beyonce. Those were big movies, but it was only two things. Only two in that quarter. So you get 6, 7, 8 movies, big movies coming out. Now I'm not saying this next quarter is probably going to be not great, but that's why it's good that the companies position themselves into making money in other positions. That's not just making money from the movies. That they have other things going on, and that's why it was smart. It was a good move. Don't mind me. Let me just get this set up here a second. But yeah, let's see. So movies are back, but only for Cinemark. Yeah, that's the funny thing though. Is like they really do think we're dumb. Like they treat us like it's crazy to me that you know what? Let them. You know what I mean? Let people. When you're underestimated, it's better. You know what I mean? We don't want to be overestimated. Underestimate us. You know what I mean? So go ahead and And then the problem is there is some people that buy into this shit. Like they literally do. Like I don't know. I can't say that everyone's a paid shill or everyone's a bot. I think that a lot of people just generally buy into this shit because there's a lot of people that are very mad. Most of them are probably our shills, but I get a lot of people commenting on my shit that are just like all caps and Adam Aaron fuck you. We did? My God. Oh shit. Hopefully we have our protection. Got that Gorilla Glue on that ass. AMC is dead. The stock had it squeezed already. Okay, Nathan. Thanks for joining us to let us know that. You know what? I will say, yeah, it was a squeeze. People got money from that and people jumped back in. So to say that it couldn't squeeze again, considering the facts, you can look at the balance sheet. AMC is paying off debt. They're doing better. They've almost paid $1 billion off of debt since 2022. So debt's going down. Debt's getting restructured. Short interest is 19%. It's going to continue to rise. There's people continuously buying in. Obviously, I believe the buy orders. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I do believe the buy orders are being sent to a dark pool and the sell orders are being released. So if that's not something you believe in, then the channel probably not for you, but you can let us know that you don't believe it's going to happen. I guess that makes you feel good. Generally, I don't go into troll. I don't like to troll people, so I don't know what goes through a troll's mind. If it squeezes, it won't go as high as it did back in June 2021, though. Maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. So regardless of the fact, it's going to squeeze, in my opinion. I don't know how else to put it. So I do think it'll go a lot higher than that, just because if you've, I don't know, if you've been in this play long enough, everyone that's in this play, probably like 90% of the people believe there's synthetics, there's over leverage, there's dark pool, there's manipulation, there's tons of shit. So, if you don't believe it'll go as high, that's fine. But I don't know. I got my brackets. I don't like to share my brackets because then it starts, people start, oh, you're price targeting. You're doing this. You're doing that. But I definitely think, in my opinion, it's going over the 100, 200 mark. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a dude that sells hats, so who knows? Nathan says, I hope it does, but I've been here a long time and lost faith. Good luck to you. Hey man, good luck to you too. Don't you can't lose faith, man. Faith is really, even if you've lost faith, you gotta do your research, do your DD, like delve into this shit like deeply. Don't just go off of what I'm saying or other people say. There's tons of evidence that show these things. And AMC's not the first one. AMC is just one of the first spotlighted ones, you know. So there's been other plays. You know, I was in on a squeeze. Um, so this is why people think I'm crazy, man, but I'm gonna fucking go for it. So GNS squeezed. I go through instinct. I follow instinct. Obviously, I do DD as well, but there's every once in a while where I'll be looking down a ticker and I see something, and just my instinct says buy it. So I just buy it without any research, anything. I bought GNS. I was happened to be in Vegas at the time, and I gamble, you know, and I had to have a good session. So I always tell my wife, you know, if I gamble and I have a good session, I'm gonna take some of that money and put it into stocks. I was buying AMC, and somehow I came across GNS. I don't even know how I did it, but the name just triggered something in me. Put $300 or $400 in it real quick. Um, the next day it dove more, and I put another $100, and then all of a sudden something came out. I want to say the day we were about to leave back to Idaho, something came out that there was, you know, investigations. They had contacted the FBI, and that shit. She went up from like 80 cents a share to like $4 a share. So on the way up, I kept buying in, buying in, buying in. You know, I took my gambling winnings and like quadrupled them. So things like that, you know. And right now, my instinct is all over AMC. It's like, so that's why I said usually I diversify, I buy in other stocks. But right now, I'm not buying any other stocks. I'm putting everything I got into AMC for the next week or so, just to see where it takes me. This Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we'll revisit it Friday. But at this price, man, it's pretty hard not to just jump in. You know what I'm saying? And exactly, playing for birdie says it costs nothing to hold. Reported that short interest is back up around 19%. Somebody is paying me for that. Exactly. Um, Lyrical assassin, let's squeeze. Their money play. Whoever says is no, it's Karen. So yeah, I mean, it's. I feel like the pressure's on. I don't know. I could just feel it. My instincts alerting me. Now, does that mean anything to you? Probably not. But to me, I've always followed my gut instinct. It's got me where I'm at. I don't try to brag and boast, but I feel like I've done well following my gut. So here it is. You know what I mean? I'm definitely going different route. I've every day I make money. I section a piece off and I say, okay, I'm buying into my blue chips. I'm buying into my long term. We got some swing trades. You know, got my gamble trades, and then I got AMC, the banger, the big dog, whatever you want to call it. It's like Keenan Grace, the big dog, the banger. Put some gorillas in the chat. uh, Short interest is over 100%, yet the price went down. Hey man, you can have you're definitely up. You can have an opinion, you know what I mean. But um, back in June 2021, before that squeeze, the charting was very similar. Um, we were at 15% interest when it had that bump to 72. So, and the other thing you got to look at is institutions. Institutions are buying in heavily, man. I think they thought after this reverse split that people were just going to dump and panic, and instead, you know, I think a lot of us realized it sucks, but it was necessary. So I can't stop buying at this price. I buy every day. The deer show. I feel you, man. I feel you. So yesterday I went through withdrawals. Like it was like the first time in a long time where I hadn't bought like anything, and I actually had a few bucks kind of lingering in some brokerage accounts, and I was like snuck in and bought a couple shares. I think I got like 6 shares total yesterday. So I can't say I totally didn't get no shares, but I got some. So I think, you know, we can look back. AMC, they're actually making more money right now. The box office is doing well. So if you go back to June 2021 before the squeeze, that happened back then, things are doing better now than they were then. And the difference is now is there's movies coming out. There's something to look forward to. They have other businesses running on top of their business. And if you've ever ran a business, I don't know, people keep talking about, well, where's the popcorn money? Where's this? Where's that? It's under one umbrella. It's all going in. So whatever they're reporting is coming in from one spot. So like me, I have one business and I have one business name. It's a big umbrella, and underneath I have a few businesses doing business as DBA as this. You know what I mean? So, but when I report at the end of the year, it all goes under my main umbrella. So It says my Hinkle's hauling delivery container. My gut has got me over 300K down, but still holding. Whew. And I know how you feel, man. Look, man, I'm down like 30, 35K. When you look at it that way, it can be like, oh my god. But you just got to look at it like you're not down till you sell. This play is not over, and also we got ourselves into this play. We have no one to blame ourselves. So, you know, Brain Food and Joy says you can't be serious. I can be. I don't know how to say it. I am, but I guess I don't know what else to tell you. I'm serious. Anyways, business is doing better. June 2021 squeeze. It had they weren't making as much. Box office didn't have movies coming out like this. I mean, if you think about it, there was a shit coming out back then, and even for a while, people were scared to even go out. I remember even me, I was a little paranoid in the beginning. I was just talking to my wife about this in the morning. I remember being so paranoid, be like, we can't go to the gas station, we can't do anything. People are dying everywhere. Oh my god! So it was crazy. OBV obviously still charting, showing that there's more buys and sells. Institutions increasing, not selling. It's like they're up. They're increasing. I think it's more than 75% buys and sells in institutions. So if that tells you anything, they've cut debt. I want to yeah. So I got a note here. Debt was at 5 point. I think Q2 of last year we were at 5.3 billion or 5.2 billion. And as of today, we're at like 4.4 or 4.5 billion in debt. So that's a lot that paid in debt. The restructure, no matter how you look at it, HYMC, there's gold in them that are heels, they say. They just got a lot going on. So crypto, you'd be at multiple millions. Yeah, would be. That'd be dope. But we're not. So you can always, you can't do that to yourself though. You can't be like, I've done that too. Like, oh, if I'd have put everything I had into this and none of that. But no one has a crystal ball. They have DD, we have research, we have the facts that this play is got over 3 million retail holders. Retail owns the float. So huge thing right there. Retail owns the float. Remember that. You own the float. We own the float. I own the float. They don't want that. No one wants that. They're like, what the fuck? Can't let these dudes in. They don't want you to win this because of GME and then of AMC. If it would have tumbled right after another like that, and then another one, then bam, it would have been crazy. So, but yeah, it's not that I haven't, and I will point out, like I've said this a million times. It's just right now I'm pumping in everything in AMC. It's not like I've pumped everything in AMC consistently. I've run into other plays. I've ran into crypto. I've done very well on crypto. As a matter of fact, I was looking at my sell through Shiba, and just through Shiba and Milady coins, which is fucking hilarious. Those two coins have, covered what I would if let's just say today AMC just crashes and burns and it goes to zero, bankrupt, everything's gone. I will have made everything I put into it just off of those two coins, and I'm into like dozens of coins. I'm sure a lot of you are. So in another way, that's why it doesn't stress me out either. So crypto's made me money. So yeah, it's zero or hero. It's been the same from the beginning. And that's the thing, is when this place started, we all said that. We knew it wasn't gonna be easy. We knew it wasn't gonna just win and like be over with. It was gonna take, I remember thinking to myself, man, this thing could go down to a cent and I would just be in it. And here we are, and everyone likes to bring up that, well, before reverse split, you're at 30 cents. So we are, whatever. I don't know. I can't be shaken out because my faith, my DD, my instinct, everything is here. If something goes wrong and it doesn't happen, I have no one to blame but myself. So, and I'm okay with that. But at this point, like I said, man, we're going back into the kind of drifting off into the shill world. Like, oh, you should have done this or this and this. There's keywords you watch for, and I don't know. Like I said, I don't think everyone's a shill. I just think that a lot of people have just bought into a narrative, maybe. So, and that's it happens. Not everyone can be mentally smooth brained like me. Everything just slides right off that motherfucker, man. So, what are your thoughts, though, man? Give me your thoughts. Where do you think this thing's going? Do you think, if you think the pressure's on, and you do think that we're right around the corner from a squeeze, hit me with some rockets in the chat. something like that, because I believe it's going to happen. I'm not a financial advisor, but you know, just the evidence is there, man. It's just all there. The pressure's on right now. So there's another thing I was looking at here. I had a note here from the other day. I was just writing shit down randomly. Oh, got it here. But that's where we're at, man. I don't know. There's really nowhere else for me to go with it. This is I have my DD in it, and the DD's been done. The DD's been done since the beginning. But if you haven't done your own DD and you're just going off of a narrative off of YouTube, don't trust me. Don't trust anyone. Just go with it. You know what I mean? Research it. Just go down the road, man. Like if you really start putting your effort into DD, like I'll tell you this, man. Before I opened this business, I always laugh because before I opened this business, I worked in factories and construction and shit like that, and I never really, read files or anything like that. And I opened the business and I was like, damn, I got to read a lot of all this crap. And it kind of prepped me for this because I'd be reading through hundreds of SEC filings, AK filings, and to really understand. Like a lot of people are like, oh, why did Adam Aaron do this and sell it that? And I can't say that I 100% trust anyone, but I will say that I feel like for his best interest is to keep the business afloat and keep it long term. I don't necessarily say that Adam Aaron wants this damn place to squeeze. I don't know that he probably doesn't want to squeeze because he knows we're all going to bounce. But I don't think what they realize is if it does squeeze, a lot of us are going to reinvest or keep money into it just to have it. But I will say, looking at what he's done, it's to keep the business in business. And for us as a retail holder, that's all you need is to stay in business long enough for themselves to get themselves out of debt, wiggle out of these things, and let the rest happen organically. And it will at some point. HYMC is doing great. I mean, it's going to have its ups and downs. It's a stock. Funny story about HYMC. I had tons of HYMC in the beginning, and this is why this is like a lesson to myself. So probably about 4 days before it had its big, jump back up, I had shares in Schwab, and I had some shares in Robinhood. I was like, I want those in Robinhood. I'm gonna get rid of all this shit. So I sold all my shares in Robinhood. Sold all my shares in Schwab. And I was like, I'm gonna rebuy back in. I didn't do any research. I just was like, I don't want this no more. I'm gonna reinvest it in other plays. And something was telling me not to do it, but I was like, fuck it. I've had this shit for a year and a half, and nothing's moving with it. I sold it. I still have some in my Fidelity and whatnot, but I sold a good chunk of shares, and this is how it works. You sell and it goes up. So I guess if we really want anything to squeeze, I'll just sell my shares, and everyone would be like, "Oh, it squeezed because you sold." That's how it works. Have you ever had that happen where you buy into a stock, you're like, "It's going to happen," and so those are like the beginning stages, things you do in the beginning. A lot of times, you start chasing it when it's green. So I just buy when there's fear, man. Like Tesla, everyone's afraid of Tesla right now. I started buying in, and then start selling when people get greedy. It's kind of how it goes. Sheesh. Hey, man, that's good. HYMC, I'm glad you got that much in there. I got a few $100 left in there. I had about 1,800 or something at some point, and like I said, man, I dumped it. Man, and then here we are. But it's all right because there's other plays. There's ways to make money, and we're gonna keep making money. What's up, Canada? I haven't been to Canada for a minute. I went on a family trip to Canada when I was a kid. That's been a minute ago. I was a youngster, man. I'll go out there again someday. Yeah, gold is one more investor nation through squeeze. Yeah, and that's the thing is I rebought back in. I FOMO'd back in, so I got back in, but I put it back in like my Fidelity and other accounts that I'm more active in. So, but like I don't know, a lot of you probably similar to me, like AMC, HYMC, all these. You have a lot of brokers because in the very beginning of this, we're like, I think for me personally, I started with Robinhood and got scared because the whole GameStop buy button thing. So I jumped out of Robinhood. Actually, I still got shares in Robinhood. I ain't gonna lie, it's been sitting there because I tried to transfer, it wouldn't transfer. So it's been sitting there since like 20. I got shares from Robinhood with AMC from the beginning. So like I got some old ass shares sitting there. No, you were talking about that BAKKT stock. I was gonna look into it and I haven't yet. Broncos, man, we don't want to go there. That's I want them to win, but they just they're the Broncos, man. They've been playing like donkeys lately. It's been pissing me off, but it's all right. I ruined my kid's life too because they're all Broncos fans. I've got a 7-year-old that's a Broncos fan. He has never seen a winning season in his life. You see him get a first down and he acts like they won the Super Bowl. I mean, like, whoa, let's go, first down. I'm like, man, poor kid. Clover, yeah, I'm in Clover. Clover, I don't know, a couple weeks ago I had alerted it, and the next day it bumped up pretty good. Um, but I just kind of held because I think it's going to have another little jump. I don't think it's going to go too crazy, but I think it's going to have a nice little bump. I don't think it's going to, and I don't. The thing is all these other plays they're there, but for me right now the pressure is directed on AMC. Just that's where I'm kind of tunnel visioned at. AMC, 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 AMC. So I'm putting all my ducks in AMC. Is that how it goes? All my ducks in a row. That quacks me up. But yeah, I think Clover has some. I have some shares in there. I think it has potential, but I don't think it's going to go too crazy. But I think it could get up to a buck or something. Who knows? Not financial advice. I don't know for sure. But I do. There's plenty of little plays here and there, and it's going to continue. It's always going to be like that. The stock market's always going to have in and out plays. But this one here, AMC, like I said, the interest, things are just creeping up. The pressure is definitely on the other side, and I could just feel it. I could feel it in the air, man. Um, we've been diamond handing this thing for a minute. So that's the other thing too is I noticed a lot of stuff going on. People talking about um, AMC and how they regretted not selling at a lower price, and it's almost like I keep saying, man, it's almost like a narrative that's been pushed out there, and I don't know for sure. It could just be me being paranoid. I don't know, but yeah, I feel like people are like, oh, I should have sold last time when it got to 60 or 70, or I diamond handed. Now I'm screwed, and I keep seeing those same type of comments. It's almost like a copy and paste. It's reworded just a little differently, but look what being a diamond hand got me. I see that a lot. So I would say definitely kind of gives me an inclination that they think it might run up there, and if they can get enough people to shake and sell at a good number like that, they can drop it again. So you got to play it by ear, and I can't tell you what to do. If you get up to $50 and you're just so stressed out and you've been in this play forever and I can't do it, I'm out. For me, life-changing money is where I'm at, and $50 could change my month. It's gonna change my life. I just really am to me, and then it's a day by day thing because this thing could go up to 50, $60, and it's like you're monitoring the situation and you can see that no one's selling. Then yeah, it's let it ride. But if you can see, oh my God, everyone's dumping, institutions dumping, then you might consider moving some. But then you got to consider if you believe that there's synthetics and you believe there's shit like that going around. So if you believe in that, then it wouldn't make sense to sell at that price. So everyone can do what they want to do. But for me, 50, 60, 70 doesn't is I can make that in Donald Trump stock. You feel me? Look at like HKD, places like that didn't even have this type of backing. Went up to like almost $2,000. You know what I mean? And I was in on that one too. Barely. I didn't get much. And then a lot of people were like, I'm just gonna sell out, and when it starts squeezing, I'll buy back in. I did something similar to that to HKD. I knew it was gonna squeeze at some point, but I needed more money for other things. So I pulled some out, about half of my shares, and then it jumped up to like $500-$600. I tried to buy back in, and it just got that loading. Your order is queued, and it just got kicked back at the end of the day. Yeah, exactly. Institutions haven't sold, and they're holding. So the way I look at it is we're gonna see where it takes us. You got to monitor it day by day. When it comes down to it, if this thing does squeeze and it starts hitting astronomical numbers, you're really gonna have to just follow your own instinct. And if you do sell, let's say you sell at 100 and it goes to 500, don't beat yourself up over it. It's just you have to do what's best for you and your family. So anyway, I need to go get I'll be right back, man. I gotta go get a charger real quick. Phone's dying on me. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. here. Let's start the charger here. Make sure I get it in right. This thing's charger's jacked up, man. I need a new charger. I've riding this one to the end. So set back up over here. Shit. Can't get it under control here, man. Trying to get my laptop out as well. What's going on here? Okay. Yeah, if $50 is life changing for you, then you get out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gotta, you know, you gotta look at what's best for you. I'm gonna go look at the charts real quick. See where we're at. It showed me that my Fidelity orders went through, so that's good. I was a little paranoid on that one. So, yeah, so like I said, the point of this whole video for me to come in was I was just redirecting everything back into AMC. I wasn't buying anything else but AMC next few days. It's because of price, the pressure. There's too much going on with it. I think you can kind of feel it. You can see it now. Does that mean they can't figure out a way to kill it and drown us out again? Yes, it's very possible that they'll do that, and then everyone's gonna be like, you know, be sad again, and that's what they want. They want people to get depressed and bummed out and just get out the play because it's not working. I could have been making money elsewhere and shit like that. So, you know, like I said, you make your own decisions. You're a grown up. You decide what you do. But for me, I'm all in right now. Woo! My average in AMC is $3.50. Boy, I wish mine was like that. I don't know what my average is altogether on. My lowest average on any broker, I think, is like $10. My highest right now is Fidelity, and I want to say that's like at 24 or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. Let's see. Internet going slow today. It's snowing outside here in Idaho, so. Let's see where we're at here. AMC. Just trying to get in. I need to get this linked up to my computer so I can show you what I'm looking at one of these times. But right now I got it on the charger, just rigged up on the corner here. And S&P. Let's look at the S&P. Let's look at the SPY. See where the SPY's at. Let's see now, SPY. Yeah, SPY's doing good. I'm gonna pull back. Sidetracked. See, I get sidetracked easily, man. We'll get back into this AMC here. So right now the price is low, the dilution, it's, you know, the AMC's got to sell their shares back into the market, and I can imagine they don't want it to sell under $3. It's because mathematically, if they want to raise $250 million, and I don't think that you'll see any more dilution after this for a while. I can't guarantee. I'm not 100% sure, but I think with this, with the way the business is moving, it's possible you get another one, but I think that we've kind of gone through the grunt of it. AMC is sitting at $3 and a penny. Really just barcoding around that area. They don't want to let it rise up too far. So I feel like they're accepting like a $3 price range for themselves once they've raised the 250 million and it's over with. You're gonna see. Yeah, man. I'm curious to see what that debt restructuring looks like. I had heard rumors that it's looking like it would get pushed out all the way to like 2028, 2029. A lot of people are like, oh, they're not going to want to restructure the debt. Banks right now, especially right now, want to restructure debt. They want to do that because they're actually in the long run going to make more money. They hook you on longer, you're paying longer, more interest, whatever. But as long as AMC is profitable and they can pay their debt and pay their bills and movies keep coming out, you know, you got to look at it this way. Like all that debt they have, if the movies go back to how they were before the pandemic and things get back on normal track, pretty much popcorn or distribution, you combine those two things together, we pay in debt on their own. Everything else is just coming in. So it was a good move to get these other businesses. But like I said, I own a business. I've started other businesses under my umbrella of my business. I saw some people saying, well, how come they don't say how much popcorn made? It goes into the, it goes into the, they probably just didn't, I don't know, I wouldn't think about it. Like at the end of the year, I have a business, right? It's an umbrella, and underneath that umbrella, I have like 6, 7, 4, 3 businesses under here with different names. But at the end of it, oh, we're dead. Well, well, well. Look who's back. Busted ass charger. Make sure this shit's even charging right now. Let's see. You gotta bear with me, man. I don't normally go live, so I'm trying to figure all this shit out still. Alright, we back. I was trying to go live off my laptop, and I was wondering why it wouldn't let me. And that's why. It was just like hitting the ring. Like I said, when you get that buy order in the middle of a squeeze and you're trying to buy back in because you sold your shares. It's doing that. What up? I don't even know how to say your name. Is it Suljo? Suljo? Please, please. I'm sorry. I can't read. What up? What up? How you doing? All right, we're back. So had some technical errors. My charger is from 1987. Apparently, I've had this thing for a lot of years. I get new chargers, but I got a teenage son. He be jacking my shit, man. So I don't have nothing taking care of my chargers. All right. So we were talking about pressure on AMC. Why I believe I was just jumping totally in on AMC right now. Not selling anything to buy in, but I'm just um, keeping my money in there. As a matter of fact, Sulio. Wow, I was way off. Sulio. All right, Sulio. That's what's up. How you doing? I'm sorry. You got to think of it this way. My nickname's Menace, and I get called Menace or Menassi all the time. Actually, so people on my Facebook, it's been like that because I used to do music promo, and I got people that come into my shop, my store now that are on my Facebook, and like they think my name's Menassi and they think I'm French, so I just don't correct them. I'm just like, this is oui oui, it's me Menassi. Would you like to buy a hat? So could be worse. It could be, and then you got people that like, is your nickname Menace? No, man, come on. Why would I? Why would I be? Why? A lot of things, man. Anyways, back to let me tunnel vision back into AMC. The reason I was saying I was going into that is just because there's pressure. You can feel the pressure. I think we're right on their tails, man. So yeah, ship man. See, man, I shouldn't even be talking. I shouldn't be on live. This shouldn't be allowed. But definitely bought some more. Everything I bought today, going into next week, is going to be all AMC. I'm focusing all my money back into AMC. Um, like I said, I'm not necessarily saying I won't buy any other shares at all, but for now, that's what I'm saying. I guess all AMC for me. Trying to get back into my market watch here, but my internet's going crazy, man. It's like snowing here in Idaho. It's crazy. Weather's jacked up. My internet's chopping in and out, so I can hear my music out in the shop. I got my eye out here if customers come in and are hearing for the ding, but the music's like just chopping in and out as well. So yeah, I tried to get like, I don't claim to be rich. Never have. I bought 20 shares and so I almost got almost 100 shares today. That's quite a bit for me because usually it's a 2, 3, 4 a day, so creeping up to that 1,000 share mark. All right, market watch showing AMC. Why won't you load? Anyway, we can do it without market watch. So yeah, we was talking about the short interest at 19%. I guess there's a narrative going around that the movies are back, but only for Skinamark. So I don't know, man. I don't understand why they would think that we're so stupid. They're like, well, movies are back for Cinemark. I guess we dump all our shares and buy into Cinemark now, since we've been in AMC for the last fucking 4 years of our miserable lives. 700. Nice. That's what's up, man. One of these days, man. One of these days, I'm going to have a nice come up, and I'm just going to be like, come on here and be wearing like a little monocle. How do these kids do that shit? Wearing like a little single monocle. About 2,000 shares today, lads. Good morning, Lou number two. That's actually kind of funny, man. Someone talks shit to you and you think it's funny, but you like shouldn't laugh at it because they're talking shit to you. It's pretty good, Spider Claus. Lou number two. Lutu. I could just be like that. Lutu. Nah, definitely not Lou number two. It's pretty good though. Lou with hair. Oh man, rest in peace, Lou. I know a lot of people didn't like Lou. Say what you want about him. The dude was entertaining for sure. A lot of people loved him. A lot of people hate him. I had nothing against the dude. I won't even say anything. Lou number two. That's fucked up, man. Yeah, I get paid Tuesday. Please say below three so I can buy in. That's all I'm saying. Fingers crossed, man. I got paid, and that's the thing is yesterday I was kind of tight, man. Money was tight. I was complaining earlier, like just plumbing issues and taxes and shit. It was crazy, man. And I didn't have much money to buy in, so yesterday I just bought lightly, and then it stayed here. Thank you, Spider Claus. Appreciate it. I wasn't sure, where I was going to be at. And then yesterday I had a decent day, and I thought instead of separating my money like I normally do, I usually put like a portion here, a portion there, my blue chips, my long term, my swing trade, a couple gamble trades. And instead I just said, everything for now, I'm just throwing everything in AMC. These prices are crazy. If it goes lower, then it goes lower. I'll buy it then too. At this point, it's been said in the beginning, we're going to zero or hero, and that's literally where I'm at. So that's where I'm going to take it. Zero or hero or shiro. I'm equal opportunity. They don't make gyro. Do you ever hear of gyros anymore? I don't know. I'm fat, man. I didn't eat breakfast. I skipped breakfast today. Not that I wanted to, or I'm trying to lose weight or nothing. I just was running late. Fucking snowing and shit. They got me thinking about gyros. I know a good gyro spot we can go after this, kids. After it squeezes. I'm buying gyros for everyone. Not really. Don't hold me to that because shit's pretty expensive, man. Last time I went to the mall and got a gyro in Vegas like 10 years ago, they're like $17 a gyro. So you're on your own. Take the ladies out to the gyno, then the gyro. Fuck you, Market Watch. My Market Watch won't load up. My internet is like shit right now. Oh, here we go. As soon as I said that. So I'm gonna jump into AMC. I need to figure out how to like when I go live, like to be better. I need to do better than I am. I need to be better for sure. My phone's still charging, so we're good. AMC $3, 3.005 is where we're sitting at. I think it's just gonna barcode, man. We ain't gonna. I think this $3 range is, that's where we're gonna be at. Three. I think it could go down to. It actually could go down. It's looking like $2.93 even. $2.92, $2.93, and I think it could bounce up to like 305. But I think, my personal opinion, today we're gonna sit around that area. We probably sit around that 305, maybe even end the day under three, just because they want to scare us. At the end of everything, we're all gonna be shitting our pants, like, oh my god, that's what they want. They want everyone to make it under $3, and then you're gonna get the post. You realize post split? That's 29 cents. Mm-hmm. I held too long. Where did it take you now, Diamond Hands? You get all that shit talking. I actually find the comedy in it. I can just imagine someone paying these dudes and these dudes having to pretend to be mad, like, I'm a fucking Diamond Hand, and they're probably just at home sipping a fucking pina colada and shit. Getting paid to talk shit. Bought 1,200 shares. God damn. That's what's up, man. That's good. Now I feel like a little guy. I'm all happy. I got 100 shares a day, players. I'll be so with me. The way it works for me and the way I've had to budget myself, I'm not even at 1,000 shares right now. I'm trying to get to 1,000 shares. I'm like clawing to it, but that's why I said, man, at this $3 range, I could get that 1,000 pretty easy. I want to say that now I'm probably around like 750 shares total. After the reverse split, I kind of was just putting a couple bucks here and there, doing what you probably shouldn't do, buying partial shares. But I was like, you know what, buy a half share, half there. Nothing serious about to happen, man. I don't know. I think we're just here. I think short interest is. I think there's possibility of this thing popping at any moment, but I think it's going to drag out. Like I said, short interest 19%. OBV still high, institutions still buying in, FUD everywhere, debt's being paid down. That's all I got for you, man. Nothing too serious. It's me just being a douchebag online here. Pretty much it. Just killing some time while we watch this thing barcode. So, in my opinion, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't think we gonna have anything crazy happen today. I think they're just trying to get those shares sold back into the market, and the market maker doesn't want to go too high. So, and they've probably got it. It coincides with each other. So AMC said, "Hey, man, we want these shares to be sold no lower than $3 or something like that." So the market maker probably figured that out, got it evened out. So we won't let it go under $3 because they're going to sell them all at that because they don't want it to go to $10 because we don't want things to happen legally and naturally, would we? That'd be crazy. So yeah, that's just my opinion on it. Not a financial advisor, so it could be something totally different. But in my opinion, that's what's going on. AMC, diluted, added the shares, and they said we only want these to be sold back into the market for this price. They've kind of figured out that target. That's where it's at. So I don't think they want to share anything under 3 because if you buy under 3, the math ain't mathing very good. I don't know. I think it would be kind of, I don't got a calculator or a fucking beautiful brain or anything, but I think that anything under 3 wouldn't make sense for them to sell in the market. So they're probably telling people don't sell it into the market under 3. And that's probably why it's sitting at 3. So, and in the meantime, you got little monkeys like us hanging off the tree just feeding us those bananas, baby. So yeah, that's the thing too is calls. And I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm an expert at options, but I do think some long calls January. Oof. I don't know, man. Where are we at? If they drag this thing out to where I think they could drag it out another, like I've said this for a long time, a year, and it sucks. But for people like me that can't accumulate thousands and thousands of shares a day, where I'm literally normally buying 2, 3 to 5, 10 shares a day, that just gives me time to reach a destination that and and I just don't see anyone selling. There might be a random person here and there. Even if you're not happy with the stock, people aren't selling at this price because they don't want to take that big of an L. You know what I mean? At this point, if I didn't want to be in this stock and I know that I was down 90% of my whatever, I would probably just, what are you gonna do? You ain't gonna sell for a 90% loss at this point, 95% loss. I would just wait it out. That's what I would do because if I didn't want to be in this play and I was worried about it, but at the same time, I'd be like in the back of my head, like, well, if it does pop up or give me a few bucks, I wouldn't, want to miss out on that. So there is probably people just waiting to exit. So that's something to watch for too. If this thing pops up to maybe 5, 6, 7, $8 at some point, 9, $10, whatever it is, throughout the year, you got to watch for people, so in my opinion, they're going to take all those sell orders that people are trying to get their money back, recoup, or maybe half of their money back. They're going to show those out on the line, and they're not going to show the buy orders. You know how it goes. I think we all know how it goes by now. This is how it's been played for years. That's how it's going to be played until it can't no more. But in my opinion, at some point or another, it just can't go on like this. A lot of people are expecting it to happen sooner, and they're like, how do they do this? I don't know how they do it, but like courts and paperwork and money and financials, shit like that, shit like this always drags on longer than expected. You know what I mean? When it comes to, I don't know if you've ever been to court or something, but they just drag it out. Like, it's almost like that theory to me. Like, you're a defendant, you did something wrong, and the lawyer's like, let's drag it out, people will forget. The longer you push it down the road, people will forget more. I feel like that's what it is. They're just trying to push it down the road. People get scared. People forget. People move on to the next thing, next shiny object. Like, ooh, look over here. Ooh, Donald J. Trump. Ooh, look at this, But what they don't realize is there's people like me that are still buying, holding, and still getting the shiny object and taking the money I make from that shiny object and stupidly putting it in the back. AMC, so. Yeah, it's this barcode, man. I think this is going to be a slow day like that. I don't see anything crazy happening. I don't see how anything crazy could happen. You got like a little. This is barcode, man. I mean, if you zoom into, let me get into like the 1 minute here. Advanced charting. Yeah, I think we could get up to 305, but that's where it's. I think the day's gonna end around 305, anywhere from 293 to 305, and that's I know it's kind of a big swing, but that's just where it's gonna, in my opinion, that's where we're gonna end the day at, somewhere around there. But I could be wrong. Like I said, the reason they have it at three is that's why I believe so. Wow, stock, what's up, man? You and me both, man. You and me both. I wish I had more money right now too. I put what I could in. It's a Friday here at my shop, which is strange that I'm able to go live. But like I said, it's snowing in Idaho. It's dead over the weekend. It's supposed to snow. That's usually when I make my big bucks to come into the market this following day. So we'll see how it goes. That's how it works. You know what I mean? When the price is low and tasty like this, you have other bills come up and money. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. You know, you got to make your own responsible decisions, which sucks. All right, don't ask who. I won't. Just pulled up here. What's up with AMC? Didn't check since AMC and GNC Squeeze. Wow. If you haven't checked since then, let me just give you a quick recap. So it all started with like 25 minutes of that. And then that's fucking basically the same shit. Like, we're going to squeeze. No, we didn't. We're going to squeeze. No, we didn't. We're going to squeeze. No, we didn't. Right now, I'm at that. We're going to squeeze. But I don't want to go to no, we didn't. Hopefully, we just, you know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it, man. That's my financial analysis. I'm not a financial advisor, if you haven't been able to tell by now. Just a lot of crazy shit, man. It's always something. But if you don't know, short interest before it squeezed last time was at 15%. We're at 19% now. Um, Debt's being paid down. They were in debt. That's always the big thing for the short thesis was the debt. Now, a lot of people are like, why don't the shorts just cover? I don't think the shorts can cover. I think they're just over leveraged. They're in trouble. You know what I mean? It's like, so they're just kicking it down the road, hoping something happens, hoping something happens. You know what I'm saying? You ever done something you shouldn't have done and just hope it goes away? Just please go away. You know? I think when I was like in second grade, I sharted in school and I was just like, oh no, just please go away. And eventually it dried up, but it was still there. The shit stain was still there. You know what I mean? So they sharted. They're waiting for it to dry, and when it dries, they're gonna expose it a little bit, you know. But that's a horrible analogy. I don't know, man. Anyways, that was a terrible experience for me as a child too, just walking around all day with sharded pants. Probably said too much. That's the DD I was looking for, and that's why I'm here. So, yeah, I guess I would definitely define myself more of a trust me bro. If you want some real good DD, there's a dude named Stock Retail. He does some very good videos. You know, you got dudes like that actually get into some analysis. I watch them. I do my own DD. I read shit too. No, I'm not just a total idiot. But for the most part, I'm just here to pass some time. I do believe it's in a squeeze. I do believe. I believe. I believe. But I do have reasons. I'm not just going on open faith and just only instinct. I'm going off of um, just the facts. But yeah, you want some good retail? Go check out Stock Retail. It's a Stock Retail, all one word. He's got some decent videos, man. It's probably probably better than me. You also got like Boss Blunts and AMC Bigums, which I do like them, but I can't watch their video, their lives. I just be like, Peter Hahn's talking. I'm like, what the fuck you just say? Over leverage consumer. That's what it sounds like to me. I like them. Don't get me wrong. I like that they're putting in the work. I'm too dumb for DD. I tried making money. Hey, you ain't too dumb, man. You can do it. Anyone can do this. It's really. So I'm back with the boys looking for plays. AMC is at a low price. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold, but at this price, it's pretty damn low. I don't see it going much lower than this. They could bounce it down to like 250, but I don't see it happening now. But then again, a few months ago, I didn't see it coming to 3 either. You know, so but you know, as far as it goes, AMC's over leveraged still. They haven't covered. You know, institutions are buying in. Time frame, no one knows. I have no fucking clue. You know, but I do feel like, in my personal opinion, right now, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of similarities to the June 2021 time squeeze, and right now there's a lot of um, there's just a lot of things going on, man. And you got to look at the fact that AMC has other businesses going. They're paying down debt. They're making the movies are back according to everyone. Even the news is talking about the movies are back. Below $2. Oof. If it's below $2, then I'll become a whale. I'll take everything I got. I'll pull out my life savings, all that $40. You imagine if this thing went to like? Can you imagine if this thing went to $1? Like, I don't think they realize that people are not going to sell. Like, even if you wanted to sell, if it went to $1, like people aren't going to sell that big of a loss. They're just going to literally ride it to zero or bounce back up. So if it went to $1, people would load up. People like me that just really 100% believe in a squeeze, which is, yeah, there's nowhere to cover those footprints if it went that low. Yeah, but it's just a boring day, man. Just watching it bounce around. The good thing is it's cheap for me. It's a good opportunity to buy in. Like I said, I'm not the type of dude that can buy hundreds of shares a day. So for me to be able to buy hundreds a day is like what balling. Steady around that three. I'm telling you, man. So AMC when they announce dilution, right? This is how it works. Now, don't 100%. You can fact check me on this, but when you announce dilution, you say you got a price target. They want to make $250 million for the company to put in the reserve or whatever, pay debt. Maybe it's to pay a chunk on debt because whatever the reason they want $250 million. So they tell the brokers or whoever's selling it out, they say, hey man, we want to make $250 million, but we don't want to sell anything under $3. So we can sell for 315, whatever. The first day maybe it was like, okay, we're gonna sell for 315, nothing under that, and that's why it barcoded there. Now it's probably saying, hey, we're not gonna sell anything under $3 because it just don't make sense. We need to reach our target. So whoever's selling the shares for them, combined with whoever's selling them for them and AMC, they've agreed upon a price target, and that's where they're going to sell at. They don't sell those shares otherwise. But you've got the market maker who can follow and track and obviously know all these little things, so they're keeping it at that area because they don't want it to go too high because they don't want to make too much money. You know what I mean? Make sense? All right. Anderson Hershey says you're getting scammed by a company you own. What? I am? I thought I was doing pretty good in this store I owned. Why am I scamming myself? Thanks for the update, Hershey. All right. Anyway, Anderson Hershey thinks we're getting scammed. It's possible. Anything's possible. But if it is, I'm a big boy. I made my own decision to invest in it, and the good thing is it's not my only investment. That's the other thing is a lot of people are like, I'm 100% in, and I got people mad at me the other day because a couple weeks ago I made a video saying that I don't think you should be 100% only in AMC or only in this and only in that. You got to make money elsewhere, and someone was like, you're trying to make me feel guilty for only owning AMC. And I'm like, no, that's cool, man. You make your own decision. I was saying for me personally, I don't think I should only, you know what? I word things wrong often. For me, I don't think I should only own AMC. Let me put it that way. AMC is a big, 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 big wild card. And if it hits, we're going to be crazy rich. If it doesn't, well, I'm going to wear my big boy pants and fuck, man, I made my own investment. But there's other stocks too, for me personally, AMC is enough of my gamble that I don't have too many other wild cards. I got GME, HYMC, stuff like that, but Sundial, which I just recently jumped back in. I watch the market. I see what's going on. I swing trade here and there and scalp profits, but for the most part, most of my trades right now are long-term holds. I've got like stuff like Apple or S&P 500, VU. Blue chip stocks that you're looking at over 20 years, if you can make 20%, you're fucking yay, But the way I look at those is it's a safety net. Nothing's guaranteed even in those, but this is what I got. I got a lot of safe plays, a lot of blue chip stocks. I got a lot of just up and down plays that I jump in and out of, like DWAC, DWAC. I've been in that for so damn long. I just barely sold. And then I kept only a handful of shares right before it went to Donald J. Trump, and then it pumped again. Um, Sold those, and now I'm waiting to jump back in again. There's other plays like that, you just jump in and out. But for me right now, my main goal, main thoughts are on AMC for probably the same reasons you guys are. We came into this play for life changing money. I intend to get it, but if it doesn't happen, I'm responsible for my own trades, just like you are. You make your own decisions. You know what I mean? You can't be influenced, and you shouldn't let yourself be influenced by what people are saying or doing, or just because I come in and say, "Oh my God, I'm putting pressure. I feel like the pressure's on." Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. It is what it is. So, but and I will say you're going to see a lot of shills, a lot of people that are just trolling, a lot of people that have been influenced by negative influencers. I know there's influencers out there saying that they should sue everyone. Sue him, sue her, sue everyone. There was one dude talking about suing AMC YouTubers for making AMC videos, but I was cracking up because the dude used to make AMC. He just deleted his. He used to make AMC videos about how I was going to squeeze too, but now it's like, sue him. You sue people for doing what you did. Man, I'm hungry. There's some tacos, man. If anyone, that's what they need. They need a super chat, but not super chat for money. Just send me like fucking Taco Bell credit or some shit. Exactly. You get into this play for the moon or zero, and that's where you're at. Like you mentally prepare yourself for these things. In the beginning, a lot of people talk that shit like, "Oh man, if it goes to 3 cents, I'm gonna hang on." But then when it got down to this, they're like, "Oh my God, what am I gonna do?" And I don't think, if I'm being 100% honest, I think probably like 95% of the people that have jumped in this play or have a mental state somewhat like mine, where it's just like, fuck, this sucks. Yeah, there's days where it's like, damn, man, I can't believe this shit. But your anger is directed at the wrong people. If you're on the other side and you want to win, one of the main things you do is divide and conquer. You want to divide the apes. You want to divide the retail against each other, and they've somewhat done that. But I don't think, even people that are against AMC, I don't fucking have anything against them. Like, you have your own opinion. You're a grown up. You can decide and do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Everyone's got do what you want to do. I don't care what you do. You know what I'm saying? If you decide you hate the stock, you hate the stock. Cool, whatever. But the thing that cracks me up is when you get trolls coming in talking all that shit, and it's just not natural. It don't feel real. You can tell it's like a script. It is what it is. Divide the square root by 2 and add 16. See, it lost me at square root. I'm like, what? You realize what page you're on? They've divided the square roots, those sons of bitches. Now, that being said, I should probably go out and get some fucking work done. I've been out here goofing off on live. I probably shouldn't be on live. All the shit I'm saying is, I'm like, man, what an idiot. But I appreciate y'all jumping in with me, man. I'm gonna go out here and try to post some stuff up on the internet so I can make some sweet loot here, so I can buy back into AMC again. I actually have. I know it's gonna be dead today. I'll probably jump back in live again later. It's snowing here. People don't want to be out and about in this weather. It's not just like nice snow either. It's like that wet snow. It's sticking to the grass, but like everything else is slushy and nasty. And every time I hear divide, I think Einstein. My bad. Yes. Let me bust out with the charts here. The funniest thing is I remember like in school, high school, like math was like I was horrendous at it, and I was like, I'll never have to use this again. And here I am, fucking stock market. Like that's how I look at the charts sometimes when I have to add. If I have this many shares, I do what? So that's my squeeze face. Practicing my squeeze face. When I wake up one morning, $2.50 a share. Divide and conquer. How many of y'all have different brokers too? Or is everyone just, am I the only idiot that still has like 5 different brokers? I actually have 6. I totally forgot about one that I had 2 shares in. And I well, I remembered it. It's been a couple months now, but I was like, damn, I really had 2 shares. It's literally 2 shares. But in the beginning, I think everyone, I don't know about everyone, but for me, in the beginning, I was on Robinhood, and then we got the fear of Robinhood when they took the buy button and they turned into the villain. Then it was like, everyone go to Webull, and then everyone's at Webull, and then wait a minute, Webull doesn't do lit exchange. Everyone run to Fidelity. We're like, panicking in the crowd, going to all these different brokers. I was stuck in the herd mentality, man. I followed everyone, and now, fucking, I think all the brokers are probably just crooked. So I don't. I still am at the point though where I've got like a couple of my brokers that I only have AMC in, and I'm just like, man, if this thing squeezes, I just need to, I can't wait to get the fucking app off my phone. I just want to sell, get the app off my phone because I got all these brokers, and then it gets tempting. Oh, maybe I should use this to buy that. I'm trying to, really, I like to use. The thing that sucks is Robinhood's got the best interface. I really think so. I wish that I wish that Fidelity or Schwab had that interface, but Schwab too. There's a bad taste in your mouth when you even say Schwab. Um, they've had some. I've had issues with theirs broker. I'm not necessarily had issues because of them, but just because of me not being fucking smart enough to navigate their shit. So if everyone could just follow Robinhood's interface, we'd be fine. But please also don't shut off buy buttons. But at the same time, same token, I feel like without, I feel like they're all kind of the same. You know what I mean? I think they're all crooked. Maybe they're all straight. I don't know. It's my opinion. But I just feel like it could have been anyone at that time. But I feel, that PFOF, payment for order flow. And let me ask you this. Everyone was like, okay, Robinhood doesn't use PFOF. So Fidelity does, but then someone said Fidelity only uses payment for order or uses payment for order flow if you use it off your app on your phone, and if you buy it off a computer only is the only way it goes to lit exchange. And I keep talking. Boss Blunts keeps talking about doing a lit exchange, a new one that goes directly to it, but it hasn't come out. Public is supposed to be one that's only for the lit market, but I had some issues with Public when Public. I've never had any issues buying, but I had some issues selling when I was at a very high peak at another stock I was in, and I was trying to sell out of, and it kept just. It wound up selling it, but like it wouldn't let me sell until the stock went down a few percent, and then it sold it for me. But every time I try to sell, so they kind of make me iffy too now. You get paranoid of all this shit, buying 100 shares every payday. That's what's up, man. And that's kind of, I do it somewhat similar. So my paydays just vary. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. Different nest eggs, different averages. That's the problem. Is I've got shares in one broker where it's like, all right, I'm down to $10 a share, and then you go to the other one. It's like, damn, $29 a share. So you start working that one down. I try to feed each one randomly. I'm really trying to feed my Fidelity to get that one knocked down because that was my highest. I want to say I'm down to like 24, 25 on that one. That's still my highest. I got another one sitting around 20, one at 10, one at 12. So it's like, I haven't really sat down to figure out what my exact average is. Just in my brain, in my head, I'm thinking I'm probably around 20 total average. But for people like me, I was saying I can't buy, 100 a day or 100 whatever. But if I base it off of what I make here at my store. So if I have a good day, the next day I buy 5, 6 shares, 10 shares, and I still throw some money into my blue chips and this and that. But for now, I've just been today. Well, not for now. Today on, I've just decided. You know what, man? It's going to be all AMC for the next few days, just because this price. I feel like there's pressure. I feel like we're right around the corner from something big. So. Paradox, what's good? What's good, man? How you doing? Hopefully, enjoying this fucking Friday. Not me. I'm in Idaho where it's snowing and shit, nasty weather. But I do have hope that there's some good AMC news coming soon. I said I was gonna jump off a long time ago, man. This shit's addicting. Now I see why dudes be on live all day long. I don't have friends. Talk to me, guys. Want to be buddies? Plus, I'm off this monster. I'm like a crackhead right now. I'm like, hey guys, AMC's about to squeeze. You want to see that? I gotta randomly keep saying not financial advice. I don't know if there's anyone out there that really thinks I'm a financial advisor. Actually, I'm giving financial advice. I'm not, by the way. Yeah, I'm doing good. Good. Where y'all from, man? Anyone in here from Idaho, or am I the only one? I feel like it's funny how that works because everyone I know a few investors here locally that I talk to, family members as well, but this dude's never on YouTube, man. Let's see where we're at with the AMC real quick. Minnesota. You a Vikings fan? You watch football at all? GA, Atlanta. Gateway to the South, Atlanta. Let's go back to Market Watch. I haven't been to Atlanta for a minute, man. I'm trying to get back down there. T-Gun, California. Got California in the house. It's tough to watch on the Vikings. Hey, man, I don't even want to say who I'm a fan of. I'm a Broncos fan, so trust me, I know. Talk about tough to watch. Especially like Denver got rid of Russell Wilson and we got Stidham. And I was like thinking maybe Stidham's the one. 302. Yep, 302. So yeah, I do think it's, earlier in this live I said that I don't think this thing's going over 305 today. If it does, that would be a surprise. I don't see it going over 305 or under 295, 293-ish. Out of the squeeze, we're going to the Broncos and sitting in the skies. Got to. I'm with you, man. Let's do it. Like if we have enough money, I'm going to ask them if I could ride Thunder, the horse that rides around every time they score. I get my big ass on Thunder, wear Thunder's ass out. We make enough money, I'm making them freaking bring. I'll make them bring Peyton Manning back from retirement and give him like a bionic arm or some shit. Averaging down means nothing when we mow ass. Exactly. Let's get it. Damn. All right. Yeah, so that's what it is, man. I keep talking about it. I've said it a few times, but they want to make their $250 million target. So I believe that's why it's sitting at 3. They probably got a target saying, hey, today on Friday, the lowest we want to sell for is 3. Now that doesn't mean on Tuesday or Monday they come in and say, well, we'll sell some for 295, and it goes to 295. Or they're going to say, you know what, we only sell the rest at 305, and then they might stick it at 305. Kind of funny how that works, huh? Canada, what up, eh? I think I talked about Canada. I've been to Canada like one time as like a youngster. Went on like a family trip. My pops had bought like an RV when we were younger, and it was like this beat up ass Southwest RV, and we were all excited. But we got in the RV and realized our family's too big. We got like at that point I was probably like 8, 7, 8, but all my siblings were like teenagers, and it was not a good trip. We didn't even actually we were supposed to go to Alaska. We made it to Canada and everyone was fighting so much we turned around, came back. The only thing I remember about Canada is we went to, I think it was Toronto. That's kind of where we ended up. We were at a parking lot, went to a couple malls, ate a little bit, saw some moose out in the middle of nowhere. And then I just remember my sister and brother like trying to attack each other. And then we went home. Nah, man, we didn't do any fishing. That's one thing I'll say. It's funny that I grew up in Idaho. I lived in Las Vegas for a lot of years, but I grew up in Idaho. I've been fishing like once in my life. Never been hunting, never been fishing. And like where I'm from, that's like uncommon. A lot of people do that shit. But it's just one thing. My pops never did stuff like that. He was a construction worker, man. He owned a construction business. So we did a lot of traveling, but no, for some reason we just didn't do fishing. I don't know. Story time. Yeah. Sorry, Morning Stars. This says AMC pressure, and we were talking about fishing. When I was a young lad, I went fishing one time with me papa. We didn't catch a fish, but we caught a story. There's Bigfoot out here, though. I'll tell you that shit. Yeah, that's the thing is, I'm looking at AMC. It's just like a boring barcoding day, man. So this is what it is. I don't know if maybe I should go over this for the people that just jumped in, so they think I'm a total fucking idiot. AMC. The reason I came in is because I was saying there's pressure. I feel like there's pressure on AMC. I stopped kind of buying other stocks until this Friday through next week. Everything I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy an AMC. Go over it again. The short interest is at 19%, which I'm sure you've seen. OBV is up. Institutions are buying, not selling. They've cut debt by almost $1 billion. HYMC found gold or whatever the fuck they found. It's doing good. So Those are the reasons. I just feel like there's pressure. Um, Honestly, it's hard to say because right now the price. I don't really have a target, but I will say that I don't think this thing's going to bump up unless it has like an incredible squeeze or something happens. I think next week. That's why I said next week I'm going to buy. I think we're going to stick around this $3.50 range. Um, Maybe even under $2.50. But just looking at the chart, if you chart it, it's barcoding now, which is it's a healthy thing. But I think the reason it is because, like I've said, they AMC has diluted and they've told whoever's selling the shares back into the market that they only want to sell at a certain price, and that certain price, I'm guessing, is $3. Because here we are. For YouTube, gonna have to watch the live show later. I'm getting a pedicure. Well. Sounds good. Get them toesies ready. It's this is a long this live's been on for an hour and I don't think I've said anything important. I did talk about my father never taking me fishing before. The real question, what platform are you trading on? Woo-wee. How many we went over this already. So Robinhood strictly. I'm playing. Don't attack me. I'm joking. So I talked about in the beginning, I think everyone really was on Robinhood in the beginning. The buy button was taken away. Then we all moved to Webull. Then everyone was like, Webull's not putting it on the lit exchange on NYC. So then we all ran to Fidelity. And, I didn't transfer none of my shares. So I've literally got shares in 6 brokers right now. My main one I like to use is Fidelity. I was kind of into Publix for a while, but I talked about some issues I had with them. So that's it. I got a few brokers. I forgot about Moomoo. I have a couple shares in there. I got shares that spread all over the place. You know what I mean? So imagine it in the squeeze. I'm trying to log into all these places. I'm gonna have to have a laptop, computer, phone. But I'm trying to. Every time I think about transferring, I actually tried to transfer my Robinhood shares and it wouldn't let me. I kept having issues with it, so I just left them there. One thing I keep saying I like Robinhood's the interface. It's so much more easier to navigate than any other platform. I wish Fidelity or Schwab or any of those guys had a interface like theirs, gamified, like they say. It does everything's a lot easier on there, but it's just and I know we've talked about crooked brokers or whatever. I feel like they're all somewhat the same. The only problem is I guess this old saying, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me." So that's why I don't go too heavy with Robinhood on stuff. But I won't say that I totally don't have anything on Robinhood, but I run a VPN and trade off Binance International. See, that sounds a lot above my pay grade. You sound smarter than me already. You should be doing the live, and I should be watching you typing. What happens? What's gonna happen next? I'm a smooth brain 8, man. I follow my instinct. I've done well in the market because of it. And that's where I'm at. Most of so it's kind of funny. Most of my trades, everything I do, even before this, was this blue chip long-term holds. I wasn't really into that quick buck. And then, I kind of ran into some instinctually on accident, with GNS, with a few of them. Let's go fishing. I'm down. Let's go. I mean, I don't know how to do it, but it's funny too because I've got family that goes camping, they go fishing. Even my older son knows how to fish. I didn't even teach him how to fish. His cousin taught him. So one of them things, man. Teach me a thing or two when we go fishing. Teach me how to use all this VPN. I've got a lot of homies, a lot of dudes that are a lot smarter at this stuff than I am, but sometimes almost too smart for their own good when it comes to some stuff. Like we've got friends that are like, dude, why would you buy GNS? You have no reason to buy it. Then it's squeezed, and they're like, holy shit, how did you know? I was like, I don't know how I knew. I just felt it. I just felt it, which is horrible advice. Don't ever do. I always say follow your instinct, but don't get your emotions stuck with your instinct. I have like a weird upbringing. My mom was like that. Follow your instinct. It's worked for me. So I've gotten a business out of it. I've gotten 3 successful businesses I run out of it. But I always say don't confuse your emotion with instinct because that'll fuck you up. That'll have you bad. You got to learn how to separate the two. So Anyway, man, charger's still going. Someone needs to hit me with a. You know what? Let's see. I think I'm gonna go on to one of my actually Fidelity. I gotta see what my average is real quick there. So I don't know, man. I try not to pump my businesses on here, but I do have a sports store, a retail store. Um, kind of like, have you ever been to a Pro Image and a Foot Locker? Like if those two mated and had a baby, and that baby had a baby. You know what movie I'm talking about? But that's the type of store I am. I sell like hats and sports gear and like professional sports stuff like that. Um, we have a during the pandemic, my wife started doing shirts and sublimation and stuff like that. We do that as well on the side. So vinyl, sublimation, customization, stuff like that. And then we obviously the main thing is the store. And then I started another thing where I do corporate office cleaning, which I hate. Clean businesses after hours, a couple days out of the week. Pays good, but actually, I'm just trying to find people to do that one for me, so I can just pay them and not do it no more. But every time I hire someone, it's not the best fun job to do. Nighttime cleaning at corporate offices and shit like that. So I wind up doing that. A couple other things, but those are the main ones. Enough to keep me busy 7 days a week. Physically disabled, so watching sports is the most athletic thing I do. Yeah, I don't have an excuse. I'm not physically disabled, but I'm just physically lazy. I watch sports too, and I don't play. I'm a couch. What do they call it? A couch coach. I actually coach little league teams too. I do a lot of sponsorships for little leagues in my town. Um, sponsor. So in the area I'm in, I sponsor a lot for the teams and shit like that. Coach. I do a lot of little league coaching, which I never thought I'd want to do, but I have kids and I couldn't stand watching the way they were coached by other parents or teams, so I couldn't take it and I started doing it. Because I remember I was talking shit one day on the sideline, fucking little kindergartners. I'm like, why are they running that play? My wife's just kind of like, either get up there and coach or shut up. So I coached. I don't want to shut up. Monster. Waiting on that fucking sponsor, baby. Anyways, my battery is pretty low. This charger sucks. I need some super chats to buy a battery. I need super chats to. This is my charger I'm dealing with. Never asked for money before. Scumbag started asking money for chargers and tacos. Feed me, baby. All my money's at AMC. So this is the type of store I have. I don't promote it. I'm not trying to make money off you guys. It's more of a local type thing. I don't pump it to anyone like, hey, come buy a hat, So, that type of stuff, you know what I mean? As you can see, I sell shoes and shit too. We got the weather outside. That's what we're dealing with today. That's why it's so slow. If it was like this often, I'd be able to do more lives. But normally I have people in here, in and out all day, so it's hard to do lives. But yeah, kind of the type of store I have. Yeah, appreciate the subscription, man. Appreciate you subscribing. Actually, I should apologize. I'm sorry you're gonna have to watch this shit, man. It's a train wreck. Unsubscribe now. Save yourselves. What's my best sellers? It's always hats, man. Shoes are funny because you would think shoes would sell, but people can buy shoes anywhere. You can go to Ross, you can go anywhere and buy shoes. So people don't really buy shoes. They'll buy them when they're a new drop. The thing that's funny about shoes, when you order shoes from like Nike or something like that, you have to order a bunch of them, a bundle. And they always sell you like a batch of like common sizes, and then you got like a size 13 and 14, or just sizes that people don't wear. So you'll sell like 2 or 3 pairs right at the bat, and you're like, yeah, I'm making money, baby. And then all of a sudden you're stuck with like, I don't know, something like this that I've had, size 13 Puma that's just been sitting here for fucking 3 years. You know what I mean? Like trying to just give it away. Like, hey, you want these? So we do a lot of donations. A lot of shoes like that I do donate. I have a donation program here where I'm from. We call it Shoes for Kids. Or city collection for other cities too. We donate if we can. If you know people that need shoes or whatever, or are in need, we try to send them shoes. I'm in touch with the schools here, so the schools contact me and say, "Hey, I saw a kid walking around with no shoe sole or whatever, looking like wearing dress shoes that are too tight." So then we'll get a shoe size that we have them. We just donate them to them. So, but yeah, bestseller as far as teams, it's crazy because we're in Idaho, but my bestseller, these guys right here, Dallas Cowboys in Idaho, bestseller. I just wish it was these guys, but these guys ain't the top seller at all. You know what I mean? Definitely Dallas. There's always a wild card team. You know, whoever's doing good. Like last year, I sold a lot of Eagles stuff. First couple years I was in business, I could never sell anything Eagles. There was a year, you know, when Cam Newton and the Panthers went to the Super Bowl. Everyone was on the Panthers wagon, so you just never know. It's always someone new. Like the one team I never ever sell is the Houston Texans, ever. And all of a sudden, C.J. Stroud and they got Stephon Diggs and all this stuff going on, and got people hitting me up. What do you got for Texans? I'm like, fuck, nothing. A light up beanie I've had for 6 years. You want to buy it? First Omen or Monkey Man this weekend? Whoo, good call. Both. Let's do both of them. That's the thing too. Is where I live, there is not an AMC. I have to drive, and I do drive there, but it's about an hour to hour and 15. Well, it depends on how fast you drive. It's supposed to be an hour and a half. It takes me about an hour. There's a casino by there too, so it could be dangerous. But that's as close as AMC I have next to me. Anyway, it's been fun. But yeah, where I'm at, there's no Cinemark, no AMC. There's like a local theater, and then there's a Century. So, but I will say even that, like just here where I'm at locally, the theaters, they were struggling, man. I remember them doing things where they would just sell popcorn and people would drive just to support it, and they'd drive through and buy candy and popcorn just to keep the business open. They were struggling. Now, you know, and then you compare it to maybe a year after that, there was no movies. People were trying to force themselves to go because they just want to go. You want to go to a movie. People like to go to movies. I take my kids to movies. You know what I mean? Fucking expensive, and you regret it afterwards, but it's just something you do, you know? But now you go to the theater, and it's full again. I've noticed that it has a lot to do with the movies that are dropping. As long as new movies are dropping, people are going to go to the movies. But like here locally, like I said, I've gone to the theater here. We went a while back. And there was a while there where you go to a late movie and you're like the only person in there, and it's like, damn. In the back of my head, I was like, damn, this ain't good, you know. But I just kind of kept that to myself. But now you go to the movies, it's full again. They need more movies to be distributed. There was a little blip like with the writer's strike and COVID and all that stuff. So I think now you're probably gonna see an increase in movies. Even like the articles coming out that Cinemark's back because of movies. Well, you can't just say Cinemark. The movies are back, so any theater's back, you know. But that's just how they do it. Trying to manipulate things, trying to make you. I don't know if they think people are gonna be like, well, maybe I should sell my AMC and buy Cinemark now. You know, I don't know. That I guess anything when you're desperate, you just try anything. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's what's going on with that. But yeah, that's where it's at. I just like I've said before earlier in this live. I think there's pressure. The pressure's on right now, so it's up to me, in my personal opinion, to help. You know, like I always say, I've been buying stocks and other stocks. I've been doing it weekly. I've been buying shares daily in other stocks, even if it's a few bucks here and there. But I'm focusing all that money into AMC for now, at least for the next week coming. As long as it's down there in that $3 range, man, it's like it's too good of a price not to buy. Especially if you have an addiction like me, where it's like you just got buy. So, any more questions, hit me with them. I'm ready to answer. Grill me. Look at monsters. All I've had today is a monster for breakfast. I'm gonna starve it, man. About to close the damn shop and go to McDonald's. No, just save that money for AMC. I don't know, the short interest. Someone was saying, you know, the short interest at 19% after dilution, it could drop back down. Mathematically, if you look at it, probably maybe 15%, 16, 14, that range, probably 15%. And that's where the math, not the math, that's where the short interest was at last time, June 2021, when they had the squeeze up. It was at 15%. So after this is all said and done, if the short interest drops to 15, I'm still not stressing about it. Because also, the fact of the matter is, apes, retail, we're just buying and holding. People are buying and holding consistently. Um, I know I'm not the only one. Personally, even like I know people personally that are buying, so that have showed me their portfolios that come to my store just to talk to me because they found out I was into it. So movies coming out too. I mean, let's take a look. Let's see what we got going there. Set my phone back up. Gotta rig it up right here. All right. Hopefully it stays charging. That's what I want to go over too. Like, what movies does movies coming to theaters 2024? Who saw Dune? Dune Part 2 was dope, man. I went and saw that. That one was dope. What's funny is I never even saw Dune 1. And then we watched it. We actually watched it at home on YouTube TV, and then me and my wife watched. I couldn't even understand what's going on. I just liked it somehow. It was like one of those movies. Like during the movie, I was like, "What? What do you say? What's going on? What?" The whole time, I was like, "What happened?" All right, Kurdistan. Hello, I'm new. I'm a Muslim, and I speak Arabic. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Where you from? You're from? Oh, all right, cool. I am from Idaho, and I speak English barely. So don't mind me. So movie theaters 2024, you've got Dune Part 2, obviously has been out. Inside Out 2, I think is going to be another big one. Um, Kung Fu Panda 4 took the kids to that. That was a real good one. Civil War, another one coming out. Despicable Me 4. When does that one come out? Like, that one's, a lot of people are talking about Inside Out 2. Like, those kid movies, and you can take your whole family um, from Iraq. What's up, man? Inside Out 2, Despicable Me. If that's what's crazy. Look how many people like we were talking about where you're from earlier. You got people from Iraq. You got people from Minnesota, California, freaking Germany. Everyone, Canada, just coming in here off of just a small channel. I don't have many people, and it just shows you how many people are holding this shit. So, Despicable Me 4. I think that's going to be a big one. Actually, I don't know when that one comes out. I'm trying to find. All I'm saying is at the end of this year, Q4, if it hasn't squeezed by then, which obviously I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not giving no financial advice. I'm telling you to buy, sell, or hold. But if it hasn't squeezed by Q4, at the end of that, Q4, Q1 next year, wow, it's going to be crazy, man. Hey, that's what's up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Challengers, The Fall Guy. I mean, there's a lot of movies coming out 2024, man. What's coming to cinemas in 2024? So yeah, there's a lot of movies coming out, man. The movies are back. Like before, I remember like during the pandemic, you're looking for movies and it's like nothing. You have like one once in a while. The end of Q4 last year, all they had was, or Q1 or whatever it was, the Beyonce and everyone's like, those are the biggest movies ever, and they had the biggest. That's the thing too is you look back at it, we had the biggest quarter in AMC's history, and I think we're gonna do better than that at the end of the Q4. So, my personal opinion, though, obviously I can't speak on what's gonna happen for sure. And then if you go all the way up to like Q4, now let's say after Q4 you got Q1 2025, you start looking into that. You're gonna have Captain America movies. You're gonna have another Power, Fast X, another freaking Fast and the Furious set number 74. But yeah, it's not bringing up a lot of movies for some reason. But let's see, let's go. Movies coming to theaters in April. So we got The First Omen, yes. Civil War, April 12th. Abigail, So this April, a little weaker. April's probably going to be one of the weaker. That's what I'm saying. This quarter coming up, at the end of this quarter, I don't think it's going to be the greatest. I think it might be a little better than we anticipate. You got Garfield, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes will do good, I believe. Garfield may do okay. I think. Hopefully, there's a wild card. You know how sometimes a movie comes out that you don't expect to be good, and it's like, oh my god, kind of like that one movie about trafficking or whatever. My ex friend's wedding. So let's jump into June. I can't spell June. I fat fingered it. Ooh, June, you've got a live action Moana. Oh, that's 2026. What happened? What did I do? What did I push wrong here? Where did I go into 2026? I'm too far ahead. Uh, what city am I in? So I'm in between Boise and Salt Lake, kind of right in between that area. In June 2024, you got Sony Marvel Universe movie. It doesn't say what it is. Inside Out. So, yeah, I think June. Oh, and then you got Quiet Place, another Quiet Place in June. So I think June, July, you start seeing through the summer. You're gonna start seeing movies. Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine come out in July. So, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think earnings this next quarter aren't gonna be great, but Q2, Q3 aren't gonna be very strong. Q3 and Q4 pick it up. Let's go into where I really want to look at is December of 2024, like the end of the year here. That's usually when there's a lot of movie drops. Yeah, so in December 2024, a couple notable ones. Jeez, you got a few. So Q4 is gonna be insane. Um, Sorry, I was reading something. Karate Kid. Okay, so December 2024, I got sidetracked. Started reading comments. I'll come back to you guys in a minute. I'm not ignoring you, but December 2024, Karate Kid. That comes out December 13th. That's gonna be big. I guarantee that'll be big. I'm already excited for it. Lord of the Rings, December 13th as well. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Mufasa the Lion King, another Jordan Peele movie, Nosferatu. I don't know what that says, but anyways, there's just right there, reading there. That's Q4 is gonna be huge for movies. So, um, April 15th, a bounce possible. Um, thoughts on April 15th, maybe a day we notice a bounce. It's tough to say. I'm not looking at the charts right now, but you know, so yeah, April 15th. There's possibilities for bounces here and there, but I don't like to target dates anymore and say, oh, it's going to happen here or this is going to happen. Any day it's possible at this point. Any day. But I do think they're going to kick this can as far as they can. I think they have the power and the ability to do it. I think there's high pressure now, or there is a possibility because there's so much pressure that they could release the pressure. Very similar to the June 2021 squeeze right now. But I don't like to get myself excited about things like that because I don't like to feel the letdown of it because you just don't know. So you don't have dates, you don't have set expectations, just faith really is what I have. But if I had to look at anything Q4, Q1 next year, and I know it's a long time away, we don't want to say because obviously I'd rather just make a few $1,000,000 today. Who wouldn't? But if you're looking at just fundamentally, just the theaters, and you're not thinking of any other manipulation or anything like that, any theories, conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it. If you don't look at that and you just look strictly at movies coming out, Q4 is going to be big for the company. Even if you're not here for a squeeze and you've bought in at $3, and I'm not giving financial advice, but if you know if you were just here for a quick run, and you bought in this cheap and Q4, it should have a bounce. I mean, without if it's if it's a fair market and everything runs how it should, I would imagine at the end of Q4, Q1 of next year, something should be moving. I don't want to say it's going to squeeze. I don't want to give dates or false hope. I don't want to spread hopium or any trust me bros or anything like that. But in my personal opinion, if there was going to be something, it's around the time I would be looking at it, which is fine for me because it gives me time to accumulate. But like I said, with this play, you just never know. There's charting doesn't really do much for you because you can kind of see where it's going to go here and there. But if you don't really believe the lion price is real, then it doesn't really matter. You're gonna buy whenever. For me, anything under $100 right now is a buy. But $3 is like, who you can load up. Okay. Should I say hello in my ab? I don't know what that means. Sorry. But I'll say hello. Hello. Yeah, 2024. There's a lot of movies. I mean, I don't know. You start jumping into 2025. Too far ahead, really. But yeah, I'm looking right here. In 2025, you got a Minecraft movie. You got Zootopia 2, Avatar 3. You got Disney, Elio, Captain America. You've got Fantastic Four. Like movies are back, dude. There's no way around it. Even if you don't believe in a squeeze, at this point, fundamentally, theaters are a good way to go. Final Destination. 2025 is gonna be insane, dude. Mission Impossible. A bunch of horror movies. There's a Superman Legacy, Tron. 2025 is insane with movies. I would imagine they'd want this thing to rip before all that happens, because if not, good God. I've been in. Okay, so Nelson Contreras, what's up, man? Says I've been in AMC play forever, but it's hard. It's possible it won't squeeze. Yeah, it's possible it won't squeeze. Anything's possible. It's possible it will. It's possible it won't. The movies have nothing to do with the squeeze, though. I disagree there, somewhat. I agree and disagree. If that makes sense. I agree because it should squeeze. It should have squeezed even though the movies were crap. Um, but what the reason I would say it matters is because the short thesis is the movies are dead, the theaters are going out of business, they can't pay their debt. That's their thesis on it. So that's why I believe a good the company making money, theaters making money, movies coming out, two theaters exclusively, Snow White 2025. I'm telling you, man, 2025 is gonna be insane with movies. Like it's full on back normal, even if not more than normal in 2025. But that's jumping way ahead. Naked Gun. I remember those movies. But yeah, I think Q. This next, what are we at? Q2, Q3. I think these two quarters are going to be a little weaker than we want them to be, but it's to be expected. But I think Q4 2024 and then Q1 2025, you're going to just start seeing fundamentally the business will do well. But that's why I think it does matter. Movies do matter just because there's short thesis of saying that movies are dead, no one's going to the movies. People aren't going to be doing that. So this play is huge. I agree, but the government is just so corrupt they will do everything in their power to stop the loss. Agree and disagree again. I agree with you to a certain extent, and it sucks that it's like that, but it is. It is what it is. But I think at some point, it's like when you're making boiling eggs or something. You got the water is boiling. You got to release the pressure at some point. So the pressure's got to be due to release. There's certain things you can't hide. There's too many people. There's 3 million people in this play. 3 point whatever million regular people. If this thing goes bankrupt or zero, and then there's gonna be so many lawsuits, so much stuff going on, it'll be insane. So just keep an eye on the short interest. The OBV, in my opinion, are good things to do your DD on. Short interest, the debt, and also just the fact of the matter that AMC has moved into other businesses, selling popcorn, selling candy, looking into the wine. They distribute movies, the credit cards, So, and then what does it say? Bjorn H. Do you think the election will affect the stock market? Yeah, I think so. I think right around the time a lot of things boost because they're trying to say, well, look at the economy, how healthy it is while I'm in office, blah 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 blah. And exactly, Gia. Uh, if the stock were to go bankrupt, it is your choice. You got to make your choice. You got to decide, man. It's a risk you got to take. Is it worth it? For me, it is worth it. But is it worth it for other people? It might not be. Make your own decision. For me, to risk 40, 50K, 60K, whatever I wind up, it's worth it for me because the way I make money, I'm not trying to say I'm rich, but I can live with that, and it's my decision. So, there are some people that only have a few $100 in here, and there's some people that have hundred thousands of dollars. But if you're doing what the other side's done and regretting if you over leverage yourself, if you put too much in and you're regretting it. I've said it so many times. I probably almost every video. Do not invest more than you're willing to lose, um, because then you're stressed, then you're sick, then you're blah blah blah. It's just crazy at that point. So hold on, I got a wifey sending me something here. Let me see what she got going on. Sorry if it blacks out. Sorry, I lost connection there. I had to look at a picture message. My wife's off work today, and um, her and my daughter are getting ready to watch a movie, so just send me some pictures. Anyways, I should probably really get back. I've literally been here since 10 a.m. and haven't had a customer walk in, so I'm probably gonna jump off this live, see if I can pull some money off crypto. Whenever there's days slow like this, I obligated to make some money somewhere, so I'm gonna go make some money. I'm gonna push some stuff online, see if I can't make some sales at the store here. Come back in with y'all, chit chat later. Um, Appreciate you guys for tuning in with me. Appreciate all the new subscribers. I'll try to come back live a little more. It's a little more fun than I thought it'd be. So I'll probably regret all the weird shit I've done and said on here, but oh well. Have a good day, man. I'm gonna jump off for now. Go find me some food. First off. Secondly, then I'm gonna try to sell some stuff. You gotta take care of yourself. It's like when you're on the plane and they say to give yourself the mask before the kids. I gotta feed myself. I'm hungry. Feed this belly. Now the question is, how do I get off? Where do you get off? I might be stuck on live all damn day because I don't know how to exit. Take y'all with me to eat. Shit. Oh, there it is. All right, man. Have a good day. Be blessed. Peace. Nope. Damn. I'm still here. Oh, you know what? I'm stupid. There's a giant X on the top. So, trying to get, man, I should have been getting my good angle the whole time. I'm going to do my next live like that. No, that ain't a good angle. Damn. Getting old. I'm starting to get them wrinkles. Shit. Need to filter this shit next time. Damn. All right, man. Y'all be blessed. Peace. Is it off? Did it go? Did it? Yeah. No, maybe.